nobody with no money, no skills, and no allies. I have to survive 100 days against armed guards and rival killers, while earning my place in the Dark Brotherhood.
Stop! You violated the law!
From assassinating a pirate captain and his crew, to slipping poison into warlord's medicine, staging a noble's death to look like an accident, and even infiltrating a maximum security prison, to go from a low-level rookie to a fully fledged master assassin. Things didn't go as I expected.
Assassin.
Here we go.
I'm sorry!
I spent 100 days as an assassin in Oblivion Remastered.
Welcome to the family.
I was fresh out of prison. Arriving at Imperial City, I talked to the people there, looking for any leads to join the Dark Brotherhood. Entering a store, I tried sneaking upstairs to take some money, grabbed some coins, books, and scrolls. The shopkeeper didn't suspect a thing.
What kind of deal can I make for you today?
Right after, I talked with a woman named Rochelle.
They say that when you murder someone, the Dark Brotherhood comes to you in your sleep. It's how they recruit new members.
Exactly what I needed to hear. Now, it was a matter of choosing the right victim and the right place. Murdering someone in plain daytime wouldn't be a bright idea. So, I went to the local inn and paid for a room, sleeping until the night.
Well met. Hi.
Looking for my first victim, I broke inside another store. Hoping to catch the owner sleeping, I went upstairs. But the bed was empty. She was awake.
It ends here! But perhaps more vixen than you.
I received a notification. Your killing has been observed by forces unknown. After taking a key from the corpse, I looked for any valuables, even checked the basement, but there was nothing useful. Having performed my first assassination, I went back to the inn to sleep.
You sleep rather soundly for a murderer. That's good.
He was Lucian, speaker of the Dark Brotherhood. He offered me to join them.
On the green road to the north of Bravil lies the Inn of Ill Omen. There you will find a man named Rufio. Kill him. Accept this token from the Dark Brotherhood.
Lucian gave me a new blade and then went invisible, leaving the place. It was time to complete my initiation. My target was located south of the Imperial City. The next day, I went to sell some of my loot. After dealing with some bandits and wild animals on the way, I arrived at the Inn of Ill Omen and approached the innkeeper.
Rufio, his room is downstairs.
I pulled out my blade and went down the hatch. My initiation was now complete. Sleeping once again, Lucian returned.
You are now part of the family.
I would have to fulfill any contracts given.
You must now go to the city of Cheydinhall, to the abandoned house near the eastern wall. Enter the basement and attempt to open the black door.
I traveled there.
I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. Get out of my way before I have you slapped in irons.
I arrived at the abandoned house, had to lockpick my way inside, continuing to the basement.
What is the color of night?
Sanguine, my brother.
Greetings, brother. I am Oshiva, mistress of this sanctuary. Go and speak with Vicente Valtieri. Please accept this gift from your new family.
A set of armor. I looked like a proper assassin now. My brothers and sisters welcomed me to the family. I was a part of them.
Welcome to the family. I'd hug you, but Ochiva told me not to.
Although, not all of them were nice.
The tenets prevent me from killing you, but I don't have to like you.
After opening some gates, I met with Vicente Valtieri. He was my superior, who would provide me with assignments.
I am Vicente Valtieri. I can provide you with your first contract.
While carrying out the contract, you could earn a bonus if you met certain parameters.
Let's begin, shall we? I'm not sure how you feel about pirates, but you've got to kill one. A captain, in fact, on his ship, surrounded by his crew. He'll be in his cabin. Eliminate Tussaud in any manner you see fit.
Before starting the assignment, I went around the sanctuary to talk to my brothers and sisters in case they had any valuable insight. At the training room, I talked to Gogron. There was no bonus for this contract. He suggested talking with my victim before killing them.
This one time I had a contract to kill a little Nord girl at her birthday party. You should have seen the look on her face. Anyway, she won't be seeing age 6.
I kept talking with the rest until Tilandriel said that the pirates were weak against spells and bows because they didn't wear much armor. Finally, some good information. And lastly, Teneva said that the ship had a unique balcony.
I've seen that ship. There's a unique balcony at the stern. My guess is it leads to the captain's cabin.
I exited the basement and headed to the Imperial City, found the ship. Going around the water, I stumbled upon some crates, which I would be able to hide inside to be transported to the pirate ship. Before doing so, I tried jumping to the balcony, but the doors to the captain's quarters had a very hard lock to pick. I tried again and again and again with no luck. Destroyed almost all of my picks. My skill wasn't good enough. Close by, I saw some of the ship's crew. They weren't too friendly.
You get near that ship, and my men will run you through.
There was no other choice than to hide in the crate. It was time to find and kill Captain Tossad.
I'm telling you, lad, it's bad luck. Woman on board a pirate vessel. Back in my day, it never would have happened.
Oh, come now. How many times has Malvolus saved our necks, huh? Captain Tussaud keeps her on for a reason. She's a better sailor than any one of us. Now, come on. We've been gabbing long enough.
Let's get this over with. Now, have your head, you filthy Nord. This ends here.
My first contract was completed. Time for my second assignment.
We need you to stage an accident. Kill the target in the manner specified, and you'll receive a considerable bonus. The target is a wood elf named Bainlin. You will find him at his home in Bruma. Enter secretly and avoid his manservant, Grom. On the second floor is a secret door leading to a crawl space. Inside are the fastenings of a mounted head that hangs over Bainlin's favorite chair. Loosen those fastenings any night between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m., and the head will surely fall on Bainlin as he relaxes in his chair. If Bainlin is eliminated in any other manner, or if the manservant Grom is killed, you will forfeit the bonus.
Bruma was all the way to the northwest. The place was full of snow. It was beautiful. Shortly after, I got to the house. Now, I had to wait until 8 p.m. Going around the place, I ran into some sort of basement entrance. I tried unlocking it, but I had no more lockpicks. Looking for any other way to get inside, I tried using parkour to jump from one rooftop to the other, getting on top of the house. I thought I could go through the chimney, but no luck. I needed to get some lockpicks. Going back to the Imperial City, I talked to Shady Sam, who sold all sorts of stuff, including picks. Back at Bruma, I waited until the time was right to strike. Unlocking the door got me inside Bailey's house. With the second contract complete, Vicente gave me an enchanted blade, known as Sapphire Thorn. Not only that, I also got a promotion.
I hereby appoint you Slayer.
Contract number 3. This one required expertise in infiltration.
Your target is a dark elf named Valen Dreth. He thinks he's safe in prison. A prisoner recently escaped from the prison using a set of secret tunnels connected to the Imperial City's sewer system. It's a perfect way inside. You will receive a bonus if you fulfill the contract without killing any of the prison guards.
I headed there and used the key to get inside. Dealt with tons of mudcrabs, rats, even some fishes, or whatever that was. After many failed tries to unlock a gate, I found the ladder to the prison.
Of course I'm proud to do my duty, but it's a waste of time. What are we guarding? Cold stone and shadow. That's it.
To get my bonus, I could not kill any guards at all. I closed the door just in case they saw me and waited till they finished talking.
Oh, never mind.
You're the one. The day the Emperor was killed.
This is the part where you fall
Let's get this over with.
I'm just warming up. That's the best you can do. I must dare oppose the might of the Imperial Legion.
What's the last mistake you'll ever make?
Back at the base, I got rewarded with the Scale of Pitiless Justice. These enhance my strength, intelligence, and agility at the cost of some personality. Fourth contract. This was a special one.
This contract requires us to stage the assassination of a marked man. You must go to the city of Coral and break into the house of Francois Mortiere. Inside you will find Mortiere waiting for you. Do not kill him. You see, Francois Mortiere is a marked man. He owes a considerable sum to the wrong kind of people, so they have sent an enforcer to kill him. You will use this specially poisoned knife to stage Mortiere's death in the enforcer's presence.
If I cut the target once, he would appear to be dead. Going to sleep, I ascended to level 2. Once at the city of Chorol, I broke inside the house.
You must be the one Lucien Lachance told me about. I borrowed quite a bit of gold from some underworld types. They've sent an enforcer to kill me. His name is Hides His Heart, and he's on his way here now. That's why I hired you, so you can fake my death. When Hides His Heart gets here, I'll put on a little act. You'll cut me with your poison knife, and that vile enforcer will think I'm dead. You must then flee from Coral, and Hides His Heart must not be killed. That way he can go back and tell his employers I'm dead. If you wait a day, my body will be put on display in the Coral Chapel Undercroft. You can come to me then and administer the antidote.
Mortieri, I know you're in there. My employers are most displeased. I'm coming in, and you can beg for your life. Not that will do you any good.
Mortier, I am here to exact payment in blood. You will... Huh? Who is this?
Oh no! What am I to do? An underworld enforcer and a Dark Brotherhood assassin, both here to kill poor Francois.
The Dark Brotherhood? Oh, you have been a naughty boy, Mortier, haven't you? Step... Do your...
Stay away!
The only thing remaining was to wait 24 hours and administer the antidote. I went to the chapel. I found Mortier downstairs and gave him the antidote.
Oh, I'm a bit stiff, but quite fine otherwise. Ah, yes, the Undercroft. My family members are buried here, you know. Which leads me to something I may have failed to mention before. Any desecration will cause my ancestors to rise from their graves and defend their resting place.
The corpses started to wake up from their slumber. I had to fight them. Lastly, I escorted the man to the Grey Mere, finishing the contract. Back at the Brotherhood, I talked to Vicente, got a promotion again, becoming an Eliminator. I also was gifted a key for the whale, granting me quick access to the sanctuary, plus an amulet. Vicente had no more contracts for me. Now it was time to report to Ochiva. Thing is, he offered to convert me into a vampire.
As a vampire, I may pass my gift on to others as I see fit. And I choose now to extend that gift to you.
I kindly denied the offer. Talking with my new superior, contract number 5 was available.
Your target is a high elf named Phalion. He lives somewhere in the Imperial City and fancies long walks. Unfortunately, that's all we know. The Imperial City is also home to an Imperial Legion captain named Adamus Philida. Let's not give the good captain any reason to go poking around in our affairs, If possible, do away with Phalion someplace out of the way. Definitely indoors with no other people around. Philida will be none the wiser, and you'll receive a nice bonus.
Once at the Imperial City, I began eavesdropping on stranger conversations, trying to get any info I could. I received a pamphlet about someone called Grey Fox. He was the leader of the Thieves Guild, or at least that's what the rumors said. Interesting. I kept talking, trying to find anything out, without much luck.
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch!
I didn't want to raise attention to the Brotherhood or the contract, so I decided to pay the fine. Back to the Elven District, I stumbled upon someone who I was able to ask about Phalion.
Yes, I know who he is, but I'm really not in the habit of discussing such things with strangers.
Useless. He didn't want to tell me anything. Close by, I ran into a wanted man poster, the Grey Fox, that name again. Continuing with my investigation, I took the store and talked with the owner. I was able to ask about Phalion.
Phalion? Yes, I know who he is, but I'm really not in the habit of discussing such things with strangers.
That's when I realized money talks. I bribed her with a bit of gold.
I believe he lives at the Tiber Septim Hotel.
Got a location. I went there and talked with the receptionist.
Yes, I know who Phalion is. Know quite a bit about him, actually. But I probably shouldn't gossip. I mean, we hardly know each other.
She also needed a little bit of something to talk.
He lives here, you know, with his sweetheart, a trainer. A trainer pays for their room, their food, everything. Phalion used to have money, but that was before he took a fancy to the skooma. He's off using skooma or wandering the city looking for some, I imagine.
Once more, I had to pay a bribe.
I followed him a few times to see where he goes. He walks around the city looking for skooma. And then he goes to Lorkmir's house for several hours. It's in the Elfin Gardens district. I think the house is deserted. That's why he goes there.
That was the perfect place to finish the job.
Hey, what are you doing here? You're not my friend? What?
It was time to return to the Brotherhood and get my full bonus.
Here is your reward and bonus.
Got a bow as a reward, Shadow Hunt. It had a turn undead on strike, damage health, magicka, and weakness to poison. For the next contract, I had to rely on my ability to remain fully undetected.
Nestled in the mountains to the west lies Fort Such. It is the home of the warlord Roderick and his mercenaries. Roderick has recently taken ill. He now lies in eternal slumber, kept alive only by the daily administration of a powerful medicine. You must infiltrate Fort Such, find Roderick's medicine, and replace it with a poisoned bottle I will provide. But you must remain undetected. Attack no one. Be seen by no one.
Tinava stopped me to ask for my help about a personal matter. Far south of here, there was a swamp called Bogwater. Hiding in there was Scartail, a former initiate who deserted the Brotherhood. I needed to kill him and bring his heart as proof. I traveled all the way south, crossing a lake. I arrived at some sort of magic structure. Activating it gave me a buff to Magicka. Further down, I stumbled upon a camp. There was a hollowed out rock. Investigating it got me 50 gold coins. Right next to it, I found Scartail, my target.
I guess I've been expecting you, assassin. You can kill me if you like. I'm afraid I won't make much of a challenge, though. You let me live, and I'll tell you where I stashed my treasure.
I accepted his offer.
It's hidden in a hollowed-out rock near my campfire.
I took the Argonian's heart. Going back to Tinava, they gave me boots of bloody bounding. Talking with the Argonian once more, I asked him about my actual contract. Turns out, there was an alternate way to get inside the fort. Not far from the ruins of Fort Such lie the ruins of Fort Such Abbey. There, I could get underground through some flooded tunnels. I traveled all the way west. Then...
Come on! Run while there's still time! The guard still holds the road, but it's only a matter of time before they're overwhelmed.
The man ran away. I approached the people there. It seemed the gate to Oblivion opened, and Daedra came out of it, burning everything down. Nonetheless, this wasn't for me to take care of. I had business of my own. I finally arrived at the ruins, found the hatch, and got inside. Now, I needed to locate the Roderick's medicine.
I just don't know. Is the medicine sustaining Roderick's life, or just postponing his death? I hate waiting around like this, watching him suffer.
As do we all, dear friend. Do not fear, but it will take some time.
Then let us trust a bit less to faith, and a bit more to our own strength. I shall guard the medicine cabinet myself, just in case.
I found the medicine and replaced it for the poison. Now I needed to get out of here unnoticed. I talked with Ochiva back at Sanctuary. The reward was this. It fortified a personality and speechcraft. Next contract involved a party at the city of Skingrad. I had to kill all the guests. It must be done secretly, without anyone seeing me doing it. Otherwise, no bonus. Guests believed there was a chest of gold hidden in the house, and agreed to be locked inside the building. Talking with Tinava, he said that the new clothes I received would be perfect for this contract, to act as one of the guests, avoiding suspicion. I guess this was now my outfit. I traveled to Cheydinhal. A man received me at the entrance of the house. He gave me the key. Time to get to work.
The sixth guest has finally arrived. Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting? It seems like an age.
After having spoken to each of them to know them more, I went upstairs to where the bedrooms were located.
Ah! It's not safe to be alone. I certainly don't want to be the third victim.
So that's it. It's down to you and me.
I headed back to the sanctuary, talked with Ochiva for my reward, got the Night Mother's Blessing, which was a permanent 2-point increase to Sneak, Security, Acrobatics, Blade, and Marksman. Next contract was sanctioned by the Black Hand itself. The target was Adamos Philida, the Imperial Legion officer. He was now retired, residing in Leyawen at the City Watch Barracks. Now, he was more vulnerable than ever. Had been given the Rose of Sethis, a magic arrow specifically enchanted to kill Philida. It needed to hit him when he wore no armor. I had to track him, learn his schedule, and when he removed his armor, kill him.
But to receive a bonus, you must go beyond murder. You must send a message. Once Philida is dead, take the very finger from his corpse, the one that bears an Imperial Legion signet ring. Deposit this finger in the desk of Philida's successor, in his office in the prison barracks in the Imperial City. Do this, and the bonus is yours.
Asking Tinava for advice, he said to wait for the target to go to sleep or to swim. Vicente said that Philida probably had a bodyguard. I would need to dispose of him too. Before starting the contract, I went to sell my loot at the Imperial City. With that done, I traveled to Leyawen, found Philida.
What is it, citizen?
He had a bodyguard with him at all times. I followed him, learning his schedule. First, he went to the guard station, which I of course wasn't allowed to enter. A few hours later, he left the building and went inside the city, going for a swim in the pool. But he didn't take his armor off. That was strange. So I tried reloading the save, which seemed to fix it. With the target unarmored, I equipped the Arrow of Sithis to do what needed to be done. Adamus was dead. I needed to take his finger now. But for some reason, the bodyguard took its time to realize what happened.
This ends here! Whoa!
By the Nine Divine! This is the part
Stay
where
away.
you fall down it.
With the finger in my possession, it was time to deliver it to the prison barracks in the Imperial City.
Stop! You violated the law.
Do your worst.
Mission was complete. Back at the sanctuary,
Adamus Philida is dead. You have done a great service to the Dark Brotherhood today, assassin.
then Ochiva gave me a sealed letter from Lucian. She told me to open immediately.
It would seem the Black Hand itself has a task for you.
Opening the message, you must proceed with all haste to my private refuge in the ruins of Fort Farragut. When you arrive, we will discuss the nature of your special assignment. There are unseen powers working to unravel the very fabric of the Dark Brotherhood. Do not share the contents of this message with anyone at the Chedenhall Sanctuary, including Oshiva, and make no mention of your journey to Fort Farragut. Also, be warned, my refuge is guarded by denizens who will attack any interloper on sight. Lucian Lachance. I wonder what was going on. A traitor in the Brotherhood. Without losing time, I headed to the fort.
I have been waiting for you, assassin. The Black Hand has learned that the Dark Brotherhood has been infiltrated. By whom and for what purpose, we do not yet know. What we do know is that there is some link between the traitor and the Chedenhall Sanctuary. It was learned that the traitor has been active for quite some time, since before you joined the Brotherhood. And that, dear child, is why the Black Hand has chosen you to perform the ancient rite known as purification. Everyone inside the sanctuary must die. All these family members must die. When the rite of purification has been completed, return to me here at Fort Farragut, and we will discuss your future. Take these special gifts. They will help you greatly.
kill everyone in the sanctuary, every single one. I exited the fort and went to Tatum Hall. These were my brothers and sisters, and suddenly I had to follow orders and kill them all, the ones that helped me and stood by my side. I couldn't look them in the eye.
Why, brother? Why?
Why?
Why, brother? Why? Let's get this over.
Everyone was dead. I did what I was told, but at what cost? I had a price on my head and only had a Lucian to back me up. I escaped and returned to the fort.
The ritual of purification is complete. Well done. Sithis has been appeased, and the time has come to acknowledge and reward your unwavering loyalty. Your life in the sanctuary is over. Those contracts are behind you. Now, you will serve the Black Hand. You will serve me. From this moment forward, you will walk in the shadows as my silencer. You will receive contracts only from me. Your new life has begun. Your next contract can be found at the Dead Drop on Hero Hill, southeast of here. A hollow in the moss-covered rock contains all you need to know. When you leave here, we will not speak again unless I deem it necessary. Ah, yes, there is one last thing. Waiting just outside is a magnificent steed named Shadowmere. I present her now to you as a token of my trust and love. Now go.
Riding away, I reached my first dead job location and checked out my next contract. I had to go to Leafrot Cave and kill a necromancer who began the process of transforming himself into a lich. This necromancer, Saladin, had not yet completed his metamorphosis, but was still incredibly powerful, possibly too powerful to kill if faced directly. I could search the cave for Saladin's writings to try to discover his weakness. I went to the Inn of Ill Omen to have some rest. Also, sold my loot at the Imperial City. Traveled a long while to the location. Got stopped by a highwayman asking for money. He got what he deserved. I kept on galloping until finally I arrived at the cave. I discovered the journal of the necromancer. He used a magic hourglass called the Sands of Resolve to turn himself into a lich. If I could remove the Sands of Resolve from his possession through pickpocketing, he would surely die.
He was here a second ago.
I failed.
Let's get this over with!
Mission was complete. Could I pick up my reward and the next contract in an old sack hidden beneath the great oak in the city of Chorl. Once there, I grabbed 500 coins and my next assignment. I had to kill all 5 members of the Draconis family. I knew the location of only the family matron, who could be found on the farm known as Applewatch. I needed to head there and find as much information as I could on the locations of the rest. I sold my loot at the vendors in the Imperial City, and then went to Bruma, arriving at the farmhouse.
Oh. Hello there. My nerves get rattled rather easily these days, I'm afraid. Living alone will do that to you.
I told her I was looking for her children.
My children? Whatever for? Oh dear. Excuse an old woman's stupidity. You're here to pick up my gift list. Using your gift service was the smartest thing I've ever done. My children are spread across Cyrodiil, and it's so hard to shop for them all. So here's the list of all my precious little ones, though I dare say they're not so little anymore. They grow up so fast, I swear. You'll notice that the list gives each child's location and some suggestions for gifts. Oh, and here's the gold I'm supposed to give you. Now please go. Those children are so dear to me, and I'd really like you to get them something special. Thanks again.
She thought I was a delivery person hired to buy gifts for them. First, I had to start with Perenia herself.
By the Nine Divines, assault! Assault!
Matthias at the Talos Plaza district.
Such violence! I'm being attacked! Am I supposed to be a threat?
Third one, Andrea at the Drunk Dragon Inn.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death!
Fourth victim, Sabella in the Muck Valley Cavern. And lastly, Kalia in the Three Sisters Inn. Now, every member of the Draconis family was dead. I needed to go to the Stonewall in Skingrath Castle to get my reward and the next assignment. Traveling there, I picked up another 500 gold coins. Now, I had been ordered to kill a Khajiit at his house in Bruma. He was a master of unarmed combat and would prove a challenging opponent. I also should be aware that Gasta was expecting trouble and paid off the guards to look the other way if our fight spilled onto the streets. The problem was, the guards stopped me, and I realized my apparel was broken, my weapon too. Guards chased me non-stop, including wolves, bandits. I swam across the lake to lose them, but then, at the entrance of the Imperial City, I got detained again. My bounty was over 1,000 gold coins. I even tried escaping far away to the Inn of Ill Omen, paying for a room, and then...
Stop! You violated the law.
I had nowhere to run. I served my time in jail. This made me lose skill points. Quite a lot, actually. Thankfully, I had all my items back with me. And I didn't lose any gold. It was time to repair my equipment and get back to work. I went to the Imperial City, repaired everything, and sold all the loot. On the way to Bruma, I got ambushed by some marauders, which I dispatched pretty easily. They were camping right in front of a place called Serena. I went inside to check it out. It seemed to be some sort of dungeon. After slaying everyone there, I found a Welkin stone. Not sure what it was for. Examining it, it said destroyed on use. Actually, there were tons of these on top of the pedestals. I grabbed them all. Could be worth selling. Trying one of them, it seemed to recharge my magicka. After resting, I got a mysterious message.
Take this. It's from a friend.
I can offer you greater rewards and less time in prison. If you're interested, come to the Garden of Daraloth in the Imperial City's waterfront district at midnight. Present this note and all shall be made clear. The Grey Fox, the leader of the Thieves Guild, she was real. Continuing with my contract, I found the target's home. Breaking in, I found a trapdoor hidden between some clothes. was dead. Next death drop would be located under the old bridge south of the Imperial City. This fight was a wake-up call. I ran out of healing potions and almost died by the hands of my own target. I had to use unconventional tactics to be able to survive. I was lucky I was in advantageous terrain. I needed to train more. I headed to the local inn to rest and level up.
What is it? By Ismir's beard, we've got ourselves a live one. Ah! Look out!
Someone started attacking me out of nowhere.
Ah! Why won't you die?
Again, I found myself running in circles, barely making any damage. I managed to survive, but I needed it to grind. I remembered I had the restore health spell that I never used. Casting it leveled up my restoration skill. Could come in handy in these fights. This made me wonder if I should pursue a magic discipline, like illusion, to be able to paralyze my targets. The bad thing was, my intelligence was one of my lowest stats, which determined my maximum magicka and my ability to cast powerful spells. While traveling to the next death drop, I got ambushed by bandits. Having dealt with them, I found a dungeon. Going inside, after shooting the first rat, my bow broke again. After taking down a skeleton archer, I stole his bow to use it until I repaired mine. Continuing through the dungeon, I slayed skeleton after skeleton. By stepping into an interrupter on the ground, a gate opened. I shot an arrow at it, but it didn't have any effect. No damage at all. It was a ghost. He shot magic projectiles at me. I ran around him, loading everything I could. There were many valuables in the room. I kept avoiding him and grabbing every single item. Had a few more skeletons to deal with, but the ghost kept chasing me without stopping. I took down the rest of the enemies as quickly as possible, grabbing all the loot and escaping the place. I got on Shadowmere and rode to the death drop, getting the 500 gold and the next contract. I was ordered to kill an Argonian hunter named Shalise, who was holed up in the flooded mine. She was a wanted psychopath, so I shouldn't be cautious. Before going there, while repairing my equipment and selling loot, my mercantile mastery increased. The damaged condition of an item was no longer a factor when I sold it. I also found out the merchant sold repair hammers, just what I needed. Found the target's location.
Your presence here will not be tolerated.
Next death drop was located in the coffin outside the ruins of Fort Redmond. Going through the water once again, I ended up in another section of the cave where I found a treasure chest. Back on the road, I got attacked by these flying things that threw magic projectiles at me, real ugly. We were near an entrance to a dungeon. Going inside, I found more of these creatures, and after unlocking a gate, I saw a wall that had a button. Pushing it revealed a hidden passage right next to it. I grabbed the stone, but this one was different from the others, much more valuable. Going further, avoiding some strange gas coming out of the floor, I opened the container with the base ring of retribution, worth over 3,000 gold. It had a reflect damage on self, plus another enchanted weapon. I kept taking down imps with sneak attacks and checking out more containers, getting even more enchanted weapons. But suddenly, a trap. I was surrounded by walls on all sides, and gas started to come out of the ground. Thankfully, it didn't manage to do much damage, and I was able to survive. Going further, I found a door leading to the inner chambers. Going through a gate, I pressed another button on a wall that revealed a second hidden passage. It was full of poison gas, surrounding a container. Pushing through, I discovered it only had a couple dozen coins. Continuing looting the place, I grabbed some potions, and, most importantly, a new enchanted bow. It had shock damage on strike. With it, I killed an imp in one shot. Last chest had a command creature scroll, plus some other valuable stuff. I used the gem to recharge the Shadow Hunt bow, partially at least. I headed to the dead drop outside Fort Redmond and got my next contract. I was ordered to kill Alval Uvani, a dark elf merchant who spent his time traveling around Cyrodiil. I had his schedule to determine where and when I should strike. He was a master in the destruction school of Magicka, but he had a weakness. If he drank mead, he would be rendered immobile due to a rare allergy to honey. Okay. I waited for him in Leyawen and broke into his house.
God, by the 95. You come on now.
There was no need to use his allergy against him. Next dead drop was at the market district in the Imperial City. I checked the local Mages Guild building to see if I could buy any useful spells. Turns out there was someone who could recharge my enchanted weapons, but it was so expensive. Checking the available spells, life detection caught my eye, but Magicka cost was really high. I only had around 62 I needed to train. I wanted to buy some novice spells to practice with. I tried going to the Mage Guild located in Bruma. Not sure what that was about. I checked what was on sale, but there was nothing I could use with my current skills. I tried looking at the Imperial City Market District.
Probably trying to enhance her machine.
There was such a ruckus. I spoke with one of the civilians. He told me about a corrupt Imperial who was going around asking for bribes, threatening people.
Ruslan and I were shopping at Jensen's when he accused us of stealing. We turned out our pockets to prove we were innocent, but he didn't care. He's shaken down most of the shopkeepers in the market district. Jensen wouldn't even talk about it.
People were too afraid to do anything, but I wasn't. I went to talk to Jensen to get any info about this corrupt watchman. She didn't trust me enough to talk. I tried using some coins to loosen her tongue, but failed to do so. I tried coming back the next day, but no luck. This was probably because of my awful personality. Then, I remembered I had the fancy outfit from an earlier contract, and that did the trick.
I guess I can trust you. It's that bastard Audens Vidius. He's in here every month taking my wares without paying for them. What can I do? He's a captain of the Imperial Watch.
Only another watch captain could arrest him, but I wasn't planning to do so. I would take this matter into my own hands. I ended up running into him, and this happened.
You must be stupid to accuse me of corruption to my face. In fact, I'm pretty sure you just attacked me. I think I need to arrest you for assaulting a member of the Imperial Watch. Stop! You violated the law.
That didn't go well.
Then pay with your blood!
Look out!
Who paid the fine?
Killing him was almost impossible. I could barely make a dent on his armor. Not only that, I now had a bounty on my head. Now this got personal. I would take him down whatever the cost. I waited until dark to sneak inside the city.
Stop! You violated the law.
There was no chance. There were guards at every entrance. I couldn't do anything. I had to pay my time in jail. After doing so, and losing some more skill points in the process, I finally was free of charges. It was time to have some payback.
Stop! You violated the law.
While escaping, I got attacked by a marauder and a timber wolf. His bite made me contract an illness called health joint. It drained my agility and speed. I needed to find someone to cure me. But first, I went to rest at the Inn of Ill Omen. Back at the Imperial City, the guards didn't bat an eye. They seemed to have forgotten. Visiting the Mystic Emporium, I bought the minor life detection spell, alongside another one called Starlight, one to train mysticism and another for illusion. Next, I grabbed my reward from the Dark Brotherhood in a hollowed out tree stump, plus the next contract. I was ordered to go to the campsite on Null Mountain and kill Havelstein Horblood, a savage Nord barbarian skilled in the use of the axe. I tried casting the Detect Life spell. Just doing so a few times made me level up the skill. I kept doing this while also training my acrobatics and athletics by running and jumping. To do something while my magicka regenerated, I spent all day and night doing this. I also found out about the new addition of a dodge button. I practiced using it, but I got overwhelmed, completely surrounded. Even got thrown to the ground paralyzed. I had to escape, barely survived. Close to Bruma, something strange happened.
This ends here!
A woman named Edla Darkheart started attacking my horse. As I fought her, she said she was on my side. But didn't stop attacking the horse. I did what I had to do. At the chapel, I learned about a vampire hunter who arrived in town. He killed a civilian, implying he was a vampire. Everything sounded a bit sketchy. I approached the altar, interacting with it, said, "Repent your crimes, wicked one." Something to do with my bounty, perhaps. I wanted to check the house where the assassination happened. Before doing so, I stopped by the Mage's Guild and bought a potion to cure my disease, taking my debuff away. Next, I went to the house of the assassination, but then…
Stop! You violated the law.
A guard caught me because of what I did back in the Imperial City. As the bounty was so low, I decided to pay the fine. After taking me to the castle and confiscating my stolen goods, I returned to the place. Brandon's corpse laid on the bed. The guard, Carius Runelius, was the investigator. He said that I wasn't allowed here, didn't trust me enough to give me more information, but gold coins could change that. Rainiel slipped into the house undetected and killed the vampire in its sleep. The wife wasn't home. Also, the body of an unidentified person was found stashed in Brandon's house. I went to question the wife next. She said the corpse was planted. Didn't make sense to stash a body in the house. I needed to find this Rainiel and take care of him. To do so, I needed to learn about his location. Best thing was to ask around the merchants and innkeepers in town.
He's staying over at Olav's Tap and Tack. It's near the city gates. You can't miss it.
Going there, I had to drop some coins. He gave me the keys to his room. Going in, it was empty. I scourged around every nook and cranny looking for anything I could find. Any clues. Place seemed normal, nothing out of the ordinary. But then, behind the drawer, I found a journal. Checking it out, it seemed he was part of a group of adventurers who uncovered an artifact of sorts. Each of them took a key to the chest it was secured in. The two other members of the group were Brandon, the man who got murdered, and someone named Geliborn. Geliborn was slain in Skingrad, claiming he was a vampire too. I went to talk to Carius to see if I could pinpoint the location of Rainiel, but it was pointless. He wanted proof that Geliborn was not a vampire. Maybe I needed to travel to Skingrad next. Before doing so, I had a contract to take care of. I rode with Shadowmere headed to the direction of the target, dealing with a few bandits on the way. By circling and climbing the mountain, I arrived at some tower building, which I had to cross a bridge to get close. This place was called Frostcrag Spire. Picking the lock, I got inside. I discovered a dusty tome in front of me. After reading it, I've learned that I could purchase everything I needed to restore this place to its former glory at the Mystic majestic emporium in the market district. Then, some things in the ground started moving. A hidden wall revealed more of the tower. It was magnificent. There was a portal on the ground, which took me to the spiral living area. This room was like a garden, with tons of different plants and flowers. Taking another portal, it teleported me to the vault. This room was absolutely destroyed, full of ruins and rubble, unusable. Lastly, I found some magic stations, enchanting altar, Atronak altar, and an altar of spell making. The place was great, probably more suited to a mage than me. I found my target. Next contract was in a pool at Islide Ruin of Nornal, but before that, I made a detour to Skingrad.
Over here! We can't talk here. Too public. Meet me behind the great chapel at midnight. Don't let anyone follow you. I'll make it worth your while.
I waited until midnight to go to the meeting point.
Ah, you came. You're sure you weren't followed? Good. I thought I could trust you. Nobody else in town. They're all in on it. All watching me. Well, yes, I need you to do something for me. I'll pay you gold. You like gold, don't you? I'm being followed. Watched. Marukoti's selectives, maybe. I know too much. I need you to check out some people for me. The ones who are following me. Watch them. See where they go. Who they report to. Let's start with Bernadette Penniless. Be outside my house at 6 a.m. You'll see her watching me. See where she goes and who she reports to. We'll meet here again tomorrow night. Oh, and never contact me in public. They're watching. They can't know you're helping me. Her house is almost directly across the street from mine.
After returning from the chapel, she just stayed home. I waited under the rain for hours, but nothing happened. I told the elf she wasn't following him.
Really? That is surprising. I was sure she was watching me. The gold. Here. But there is someone else I need you to investigate. Tutius Sextius. Do you know him? A quiet fellow. Appears harmless enough. But I've identified him as one of my key suspects. You should wait outside his house and see what he does when he's not watching me. I'll meet you here tomorrow night to get your report. He lives in the large house between the Low Gate and the East Bridge. Alone. Suspicious, don't you think?
I waited outside of the house of the second suspect.
Go ahead.
How are you?
Not bad.
I suppose that's good.
If you're looking to learn a bit about conjuration, Salinus Vacinus is a good person to talk to.
He was just there, doing nothing, until after 2 p.m., where he decided to leave and go back to his home. I told the elf that the man wasn't spying on him.
Really? So you're saying that neither Bernadette Penniless or Tutius Sextius is part of the conspiracy against me? Hard to believe. Well, we shall see. I do have one more name for you. Do you know David Sorelli? Yes, of the famous Sorelli Vineyards. Perfect cover for the ringleader of the whole conspiracy. He leaves his house early each morning. Watch him and report back to me here at midnight as usual.
One last suspect remained. This one also exited the city gates, but he didn't go to the castle. Instead, he went to work on the fields. He was just a normal man. Reporting back to the elf, he seemed to lost it.
Just as I suspected, they've gotten to you too. Not one of them involved in the conspiracy, and you expect me to believe that? Now I know for sure that they are all in on it, and therefore they all have to die, starting with you. And to think I trusted you.
So that went well. Time to leave this town. I stopped by Chorrol. I went to the tavern. I talked with this Reynold Germain. He had a job for me, to take care of the man who had been impersonating him.
You're going to travel to Shanehill and find out what sort of imposter is trying to besmirch my good name. And you're going to tell him...
He didn't specify how, but I knew exactly the way. I asked around for Reynold.
Reynold Germain? There's a Gilbert Germain in town, however. Maybe he can help you. He's staying over at the Newlands Lodge.
Turns out there was another Germain in town, staying at Newlands Lodge. Going there.
How can I help you today, friend? He's alive? I was told that my mother and brother never survived. This is amazing. I'll need to go see him at once. You'll have to excuse me. I'd better leave right away. Come and see us in Coral. It would be wonderful for us both to be able to thank you for helping us find each other again. This reunion will be the happiest day of my life. By the gods, there's a psychopath on the loose. I'll have your head, you filthy Nord.
Turns out this guy was invincible. I couldn't take him down. Worse even, a guard stopped me and I had to pay the fine. I wouldn't leave things like this. I wanted to see what would happen. I went to Chorrol to follow this guy to the meeting of the two twins.
Can you spell a coin?
Finally, they met at the tavern.
It's me, your brother, Gilbert. That can't be. I don't have a brother. I mean, I never knew my real family. When we were very small, our farm was attacked by ogres. Our father and I escaped. We thought you and Mother had both been killed. I can't thank you enough for helping to reunite me with Reynold.
Well, he totally forgot about the fact that I tried to murder him.
Weatherly was our family's home for generations. Our parents fled it when ogres attacked. We want our home back. Would you go to Weatherly and see if it's still inhabited by ogres?
Now, I had to assassinate this group of orcs from their hometown. Thing is, I needed to find the exact location, since they didn't know where it was. Talking with the local at the tavern, he said that one of the members of the Fighters Guild would certainly know about it. I headed to their building and talked to Sabine.
Oh yes, I remember. I think it's directly south of Coral. Place was overrun with ogres, though. Nasty brutes. Here, let me show you where it is on your map.
With the exact location pinpointed in my map, I hopped on Shadowmere and drove there. The place was full of those monsters. I decided to attack at nighttime, to be under the cover of the night. all were defeated. I entered the ruined home. It was a mess everywhere, but I found a bed to sleep in. Time to report back to Gilbert.
Are you ready to take us there now?
I had to take them there myself. After doing so, mission was complete, and I got paid. The next dead drop was located inside a dungeon. Going there, I had to swim underwater, unlock a gate, and open a sunken chest to grab the money and the letter. The orders were to go to the city of Bravil and wait near the ancient statue known as the Lucky Old Lady. A wood elf named Angulem visited the statue every night between 6 p.m. and 1 a.m. to make a wish. When I see him, I must kill him. I explored the rest of the dungeon and then traveled to Bravil, waiting for my target to appear.
That's what mud crabs more fearsome than you. Oh! You die! Die!
And so, Angulem was dead. I now needed to head to the city of Anvil. But then...
No! No! I'm too late. I thought I could get here in time. Thought I could stop you! By Sithis, what have you done? What madness has claimed you? You have betrayed me. You have betrayed the Dark Brotherhood. Why? I am here to end your miserable life. I can see the confusion in your eyes. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? Your first dead drop contract. You carried that out, killed Celidaean. After that, you eliminated the Draconis family, as ordered then. Betrayal. Your dead drops went unvisited. Your targets ignored. Instead, you have been systematically killing off all of the members of the Black Hand. The surviving members of the Black Hand know you're innocent. They know you are only following orders. They believe I am the traitor. The traitor somehow switched your orders and has been sending you to the wrong dead drops. You and I have been deceived. We must find out who is behind this betrayal. We haven't much time. I'm hunted day and night by the Black Hand. They want me dead. Here is what you must do. Go now to your next dead drop, lie in wait, and confront whomever drops off the false contract. Uncover the true traitor's identity, and then come see me. I'll be in hiding. Fort Farragut is no longer secure. It's under watch by the Black Hand. I'll wait for you at Apple Watch, the farm where you killed the old Draconis woman. It should be empty and safe. Now go, and may Sithis help us all.
I traveled to Anvil, found the barrel next to the statue, and stayed vigilant until...
I'm sorry! I didn't mean to do anything wrong! It was the robed man! He paid me to put those things in the barrel! I don't know his name, and his face was in shadow. He called to me yesterday as I walked by the lighthouse. I think he lives there. Or he did anyway. He told me he was leaving Anvil. I'm sorry, but that's all I know. It's just outside the city walls. I think the robed man has lived there for quite some time, in the cellar. I don't know what goes on down there, but there's a horrible smell coming from underneath that door. It's like something died inside. Listen, that's all I know, really. Maybe Ulfgar Fagai can tell you more. He's the lighthouse keeper and probably rented out the cellar. Talk to Ulfgar. He's sure to have the key to the cellar. You know, if you want to get down there. Now please, just let me go.
I went to the lighthouse, once inside, and continued all the way to the top. I talked to Ulfgar. I asked him for the key for the cellar.
The Dark Brotherhood? Oh, okay. Here's the key.
I headed down the cellar. the traitor's diary, I discovered that he had been in the Brotherhood for years and was now a member of the Black Hand. His goal was revenge against Lucian and all of the Brotherhood for the murder of his mother when he was a child, and he actually planned on killing the Night Mother. I needed to go to Applewatch to talk to Lucian. Before I left, I stumbled upon someone who told me about a gang of women who were deceiving men and robbing them, going to the tavern where the gang operated.
I haven't seen you here before. We have a cozy farmhouse not far from here where we could get to know each other.
So I went to the meeting place that evening.
Okay, girls, we got someone who doesn't want to cooperate.
Gang was taken care of. Got 200 gold coins. It was time to talk to Lucian. Once in Applewatch...
Silencer, at last you've arrived. Fear not, for the crisis that has threatened the Dark Brotherhood has finally come to an end. I am Arquin, speaker for the Black Hand. As you can see, we have dealt with the betrayer, Lucian LeChance. No longer will you serve as his puppet. Seems LeChance wanted revenge against the Dark Brotherhood for some reason, and used you to do his dirty work. But now we can begin anew. I bestow upon you the title of Speaker. You will take Lucian LeChance's place on the Black Hand. Welcome. As you know, the Black Hand is now in a state of disarray. LeChance ordered you to kill us off. We 5, including you, are now all that remain. Even worse, you killed the listener. The Black Hand without a listener is like a hand with no thumb. Even the listener's successor is dead. So, we have no choice but to invoke an ancient ritual. We must wake the Night Mother from her slumber and seek her guidance. Between the hours of midnight and 3 a.m., ask me about the Night Mother, and we will away to Our Lady's home. Only then will the ritual begin.
They killed Lucian. The traitor did it. Whoever it was, they were in this room. One of them was the responsible. I needed to play along for the moment. They gave me new robes, as I was now promoted to Silencer. I needed to wait till midnight to begin the ritual, to awake the Night Mother.
The Night Mother must be awakened, so that we may seek her guidance. Are you ready to travel now to her resting place?
Yes, I am ready.
Very good, and so it begins, the Black Hand's journey into a darkness few can imagine. Let us be off. The Night Mother awaits. Behold the Night Mother. The locals call this statue the Lucky Old Lady. They have no idea how lucky they really are. For this stone effigy masks the entrance into the Dark Brotherhood's most revered unholy site, the crypt of the Night Mother herself. In a moment, we will begin. I will recite an incantation, and we can proceed down into the crypt and seek an audience with the Night Mother. I know this is all very overwhelming, dear child. Just follow along and you'll be fine. Now, let's go see what the future holds, shall we? Unholy matron, we of the Black Hand beseech you. Reveal yourself now, most magnificent Night Mother, so that we may seek your guidance.
What is the meaning of this desecration? Who has disturbed my ancient slumber?
Dearest Night Mother, most unholy maiden, please, we beg your mercy in this our time of need. The Black Hand seeks your guidance.
Ah, yes, I have been expecting you. The listener now kneels by Sithis, as does his successor. There is a traitor amongst you.
The traitor is dead, dear mother. We have come now to ask your blessing. Anoint one of us your listener so we can restore the Black Hand.
Foolish little girl. Lucian LeChance served Sithis till his dying breath. The Black Hand remains tainted by betrayal. Restoration is impossible.
Enough. Enough of this. You will all suffer for the pain you have caused me. I will destroy your Night Mother, and the Dark Brotherhood will fall.
Oh! Who? What treachery? The traitor still lives. It is Matthew Bellamont. Do not let him harm the Night Mother. Kill him!
I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you. Getting tired?
The traitor, Matthew Bellamont, was dead, and the crisis that had plagued the Dark Brotherhood was over.
So, at last we meet. I have been following your strange journey through the Dark Brotherhood, young one. Your killing of the old man Bainland, the execution of Adamus Villainer, the way you stalked and murdered each member of the Draconis family, your purification of the Jadenhall Sanctuary. You, a mere underling, even managed to single-handedly eliminate half of my Black Hand. You carried out your orders to the letter, in the name of the Black Hand. How could I be anything but happy with you? No, my anger lies with the rest of my children. You see, I have known of Matthew Bellamont's intentions since he was just a boy. I knew of his thirst for vengeance. I could have informed my listener, but I refused. Refused to reward such incompetence. Ungoliant was weak. Indeed, I allowed Matthew Bellamont to proceed on his destructive course, just as I allowed you to intercept him. The Dread Father foresaw it all. You were meant to kill the traitor. You were meant to be named listener of the Black Hand. You possess strength and cunning, and a heart as black as midnight. You were marked by Sithis the moment you emerged from your mother's womb. There is much work to be done. And when you are back in the sanctuary, speak with Arquen. She will serve as your humble servant and guide.
I grabbed all the valuables from the crypt before continuing.
Now begins your true journey. We will soon become very intimate, you and I. Before I send you away, however, I would like to present you with a rather special reward. I see you still possess the Blade of Woe, the weapon given you by Lucien LeChance when you first met. Allow me now to unlock its true power. Yes, you will now find the Blade of Woe a bit more potent than it was. Now go. Leave this crypt and serve our Dread Father till your dying breath.
Arquen and I had been teleported to the Jadenhall Sanctuary. Now she was my servant and God in the days to come.
Honored listener, I offer myself as your humble servant and guide. Here's what I believe we should do next. I will stay here and attempt to re-establish this sanctuary. I will begin recruiting new members. You must fulfill your new duties. The statue in Breville serves as a conduit between the Night Mother and the listener. Once a week, you must visit the statue. You will be presented with a list of names and locations. These are people who have prayed to the Night Mother. They request a visit from a speaker to arrange someone's assassination. All you need to do is visit the statue once a week, get the list of names and locations, and pass it on to me here in the sanctuary. Do this, and I will give you your share of the sanctuary's weekly earnings. There's so much work to be done. So much work.
So I traveled to Breville.
Greetings, listener. Come close and I will share with you the information I have garnered. For someone has prayed to the Night Mother yet again. The Dark Brotherhood must seek out a Nord named Eric. He has need of our services and we are only too happy to oblige. Your speaker should look for this person in the small, unnamed village. Leave me now, dear listener. Deliver this information to your speaker, so that the will of Sithis may be fulfilled. All hail our Dread Father.
With this information, I went back to Arquen.
So, the Night Mother has spoken. I will make sure this information reaches the appropriate family members. Ah, yes. Here are your weekly earnings. I will see you next week, most honorable listener.
Having finished every single contract I could complete, and having taken care of the traitor, the Black Hand was now restored. Week after week, I visited the statue in Bravil, getting the names and passing them on to Arkan. As the shadows stretched our citadel, I remained an unseen blade, the hand of death itself. This was how I became a master assassin.